Hello and welcome. So, if you're anything like me, you've probably used AI to get a quick answer to something. But what if its real power isn't in answering at all, but in helping us think better? Today, we're going to explore exactly that, how to turn AI from a simple tool into a genuine thinking partner. We're all standing at this huge crossroads right now, asking a really fundamental question. Is this technology a threat to our ability to think for ourselves? Or could it actually become our greatest partner in thought? And which way it goes, well, that's really up to us and how we decide to use it. Think about it. In a world where you can get any answer instantly, the whole idea of intelligence is changing. Just knowing stuff, that's becoming obsolete. The most valuable skill now, it's knowing how to ask a great question. The real power is shifting away from the answer and over to the question itself. Okay, so this gives us two totally different ways to go. On one hand, we can let AI think for us. That's the passive route, right? We use it for a quick fact, an easy shortcut. But then there's the other path, thinking with AI. Here, the goal isn't just an instant answer. It's about getting to a much deeper understanding. You go from being a passive user to an active thinker, and the AI becomes a catalyst for your own curiosity, not just a crutch. So what's the big difference between those two paths? It all boils down to one thing, the quality of the dialogue we have with the machine. The real magic isn't in the AI's ability to spit out an answer, but in our ability to formulate a truly brilliant question to begin with. And this leads us to a really fascinating idea. It's a solution that actually borrows a powerful technique from ancient philosophy and gives it a total 21st century digital upgrade. It's called Mayéutica digital. Now that name comes from Socrates' old method of Mayéutics. He saw himself as an intellectual midwife, helping people give birth to their own ideas through careful probing questions. Mayéutica digital is the exact same concept. It's the art of having a conscious dialogue with AI, not to get answers from it, but to help us uncover our own insights. To see how this works, let's do a quick refresh on the classic Socratic method. It's a pretty simple loop. First, you ask a big, foundational question. Then, and this is key, you challenge the first easy answer you get. Then, you use that back and forth to refine your original question, make it sharper, deeper, more precise. And through that process, boom, you uncover a genuine insight. The discovery is all yours. The questions were just the guide. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Well, it all starts by asking with a deeper purpose, using different critical lenses to poke and prod at a topic from all kinds of angles, not just asking us for a simple definition. For instance, we could start with a philosophical lens. So instead of just asking, "Hey AI, what is truth?" we can pose a much meatier question. Something like, can a machine that only simulates thought actually help us find truth, or is it just a really sophisticated parrot? A question like that immediately kicks off a way richer dialogue. Or we could switch to a social lens. This is where we challenge the AI to think with us about ethics and impact. For example, how can this system be used to promote genuine fairness for real communities, not just optimize for raw efficiency? A question like that forces both us and the AI to confront the real-world consequences of the technology. And then there's maybe the most personal one of all, the student's lens. We should be asking ourselves this constantly. Is this tool making me more dependent on getting quick, easy answers? Or is it actually helping me become a more autonomous, more capable thinker on my own? Honestly, the answer to that question tells you everything you need to know. Ultimately, this all comes back to a conscious commitment. It's a deliberate choice we have to make every single time we open up an AI tool. Are we going to think with this machine, or are we just going to let it think for us? This really is a practice, a commitment you make. It means you always challenge the first answer you get. Never just accept it. You use the conversation to question your own assumptions. You start using AI to explore all the what-if scenarios, not just to hunt for facts. And most importantly, you begin to value the process of asking more than the speed of the answer. That shift in what you value, that changes everything. So let's end on this thought.
We are not here to answer questions with artificial intelligence. We are here to ask with human intelligence. So the next time you fire up an AI tool, what will you ask?